The Last Will and Testament is the latest studio album from progressive death metal band Opeth. And I have been looking forward to this for quite some time. It has been a few years since Opeth has actually put anything out, and quite a few years since they've put anything out that I've really enjoyed or have been really excited for. The Venom, nailed that. Record I really didn't think much of. Neither did I think much of Sorceress prior to that. It's sort of been a while since there's been sort of this hype around Opeth. And it's strange because I feel like in recent years they have gotten a lot more discussion just in general as a progressive metal band. I think with the return of Portnoy to Dream Theater and this sort of new, I think almost not necessarily rebirth, but there's just a little bit more talked about nowadays with this, which is phenomenal and I love it. But it is something to be getting used to. So with this new record, a lot of hype around it. And we have a beautiful 50 minutes, 56 seconds, concise for Opeth, 8-track concept album surrounding World War I and the last will and testament of a father who is, I don't quite know, to be honest, dying of polio or something like that. Who, couldn't quite nail that. And, track by track through this record, we had Paragraph 1 as the first single from this album. Still probably one of the strongest off the record, coming in with the death growls. There's some spoken word by Ian Anderson of Jethro Tull, which is fantastic. Really bringing back this sort of old school Opeth sound, which I really love. Paragraph 2 continues on with it. We have a little bit more groove. That there's a bridge section in the middle, which has this really pumping sort of feel to it, which I find fascinating and really just you get into it. I quite enjoy it. Paragraph 3 was the other single they released. Not as crazy about this one. Like, it's good, but it didn't really do much for me. Paragraph 4 is fine. There are some interesting flute parts from Ian Anderson. Paragraph 4 is fine. Paragraph 5 has a lot more spaciness to it, has a little bit more, almost, maybe it's a bit misplaced. It's a little bit of a Tool vibe going on in some aspects of it, which I think is awesome. I quite enjoyed that one. Paragraph 6 is a great sort of middle of the track list, real heavy hitter. Paragraph 7, moving on, it sort of, ends out the record, and Story Never Told being a great coda to the album. Although how well A Story Never Told stands on its own and how many a lot of these tracks stand on their own is going to be the real test. I've spent the last 48 hours, or not even 36, since this album came out, I've just been listening to this on repeat, with the highlights being Paragraph 1 and 2, and Paragraph 6 being my favorite tracks. My least favorite track probably being Paragraph 4, just because there's not really loads that I love about it, and it just doesn't stand out to me. It's also one of the longest on the record, and it doesn't really seem to earn its runtime in the same sort of way. But overall, fantastic return from Opeth. Loving the bringing back the more death metal side of things. They went very proggy in their last few records, which was great, but it's nice to sort of see them return to form. And overall, it's just, there's a lot of, I think, love and care in this record. The new drummer, whose name I can't quite remember. Where is he? Walteri Väyrynen. Got that. Seems to be a very solid drummer. Seems to know what he's doing. There doesn't seem to be like a huge drop in quality or anything like that. But it does feel like a bit of a new return. I think they got a little bit lost over the past few years. This feels like a nice return to form. I would say, as a final score, pretty solidly put 84 out of 100. Very solid, very enjoyable, and exciting to see where Opeth will go next. Hopefully we'll get some more death proggy albums from the Swedish band within the next few years. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you check out this album for yourself. Tell me what you think. Was I right? Was I overrating it, underrating it? Who knows? Give me your thoughts down below in the comments. And I will see you all next time.